Hi guys, it's me, Kat, Mrs. Handyrus. Hope you're all doing really well. I'm out on my front porch. I put up my new Trump sign because the other one fell apart in the weather. So I thought you might get a kick out of that. And here's some of my flowers that I've been working on so hard. So anyway, I was working a few days back actually on a Roku screensaver. Like it changed a little bit, and suddenly there were cars rushing up and down the road, which weren't there before, like a delivery van and things like that. And there was a DoorDash delivery car or truck or something. So I just did DoorDash, and that was in simple gematria 84. And I didn't get very far with Roku because of this answer. DoorDash equals Apophis. And I've been working on that channel, Theoria Apophis. I think I'm saying it right. And, I've been chatting on live chat, and he talks to me once in a while, along with lots of other people. And I've been having way too much fun. He's on usually every evening, later in the evening, live. So, but he deletes them, as I told you before. As soon as he's done, he deletes the live stream, so you can't go back and look at it. She, because he's a she. So then I started working on Kenneth just briefly, and that's who this stage name is on that Theoria channel. So at one of his shorts that he did, he did something with his little ducklings. He's holding up his little ducklings, and he called them fluffy nuggets. And to me, I know I've already told you this before, but he looks, in that video, he looks definitely like somebody not real. The teeth and the neck and the whole thing, and covered in tattoos. So it's funny. But this, believe it or not, led me on to Marilyn Monroe, which is in the title, right? So we went all the way from this character to Marilyn. And the reason I got to Marilyn was in that little short that he had. He said, "My baby, that's my baby," talking to the little duckling. And I thought of the Garden of Eden, and they did away with their own little ones, as far as I can tell, which is horrible. But they were following the wrong God, right? So anyway, this is how it led me to Marilyn. So he said, "My baby," so that was twice in that one short. My baby, that's my baby. So my baby in Jewish gematria is 835, and it's repent of murders, just like kind of what I was saying. And simple, it's 68, and it's Carrie Lake. And I've told you before that Carrie Lake, who's running for, jeepers, is it Senate at this point? Senate for Arizona, is Jackie and Diana playing Carrie Lake. And but it also matches, my baby also matches in Jewish 835, it matches Marilyn Monroe. So then I went off on the Marilyn tangent. So it's so funny how these things unravel, or lead you down the rabbit hole, as they say. Okay, you ready? This is pretty good. Marilyn equals Jewish gematria 580, and it equals simulator, supplanted, like it's not the same person or it's a replaced identity. Marilyn in simple is 92, and it equals duality, like two, fake people, laughter, and director. So it's really sounding like me. I kind of wondered when I was starting to find out that so many people weren't real, that Marilyn wasn't either, and it was just one of those things to get everybody's attention and to make juicy headlines. And then everybody starts to think, oh, the government got rid of Marilyn because she had an affair with President Kennedy and Bobby and everything. And so everybody starts thinking, yeah, we can't trust the government, and that's what they want you to think. They want you to think that. You can't trust the government. That's what this whole thing is about. It's about finding out the truth and realizing that governments all over aren't to be trusted the way they're set up, you know? So, Monroe in simple gematria is 80, and it equals Spencer. Why am I not surprised, right? Spencer, Diana Spencer, equals tragedy. Remember, she looked like she was gone. And it equals, Monroe also equals funny. So, that's not a coincidence. So, in Jewish, Monroe is 255, and it's Field McConnell. Field McConnell was, what was it? Oh gosh, it's going to escape me now. You know, the channel he had. I'll think of it before I'm done. And he was the whistleblower for, what, MH. It was that jet that went down with all the people. I can't remember the numbers, which is stupid because I'm into numbers, but anyway. But Marilyn Monroe is simple 172, and it's transvestite. So there was a man, possibly. I'm wondering if there was a man playing her and a woman playing her. You know, that hard to know, right? Marilyn Monroe equals Jewish 835. It equals jokers. And in simple, Marilyn Monroe is hidden in plain sight, Playboy magazine, the biggest secret, and this is one answer, masculine, feminine. Like that's one answer. Masculine, both. Okay. And then in Jewish, Marilyn Monroe is booby traps. Isn't that funny? And handsome guy. Okay. It's so funny. So her, Marilyn's like a stage name, but her name, Norma Jean, is in Jewish 847, and it equals character player, like somebody playing a part. Jennifer Code, and Jennifer Mack, who's with Juan, and we know Jennifer Mack is like one, not a Jennifer Mack. She's one of them, and you are a liar. So Norma Jean equals you are a liar. Like maybe at that moment they're trying to tell you it's not a woman. Let's see. Norma Jean equals in simple 91, which is lovers. Remember there was the whole story, like I said, with President Kennedy and Bobby. That was all a story as far as I can tell. That was just a headline grabber to get people, like I said, not trusting the government. And let's see. So it equals lovers, gentlemen, like one, gentleman, and the real deal. And that's a President Trump rally phrase. He'll say about, somebody that's running for the Senate or a senator or anybody who's helped him get elected. He'll say, oh, yeah, and they're the real deal, which likely means they're not the real deal. They're not really who they look like they are. And then, remember, of course, you would remember she sang Happy Birthday, Mr. President up on stage. And so Happy Birthday, Mr. President is in Jewish gematria 1636. And that's John Kennedy, God incarnation. That's pretty funny. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, I know he came up on stage after, but who knows who that was? Who knows which person was playing her on the stage at that moment? And it equals a hidden president of the United States ID. So like somebody in hiding who's a president of the United States ID. So remember I said Diana is one of the two presidents. You know that two presidents prophecy from Kim Clement, who also was played by one of them, but we won't go into that one. Yeah. So and she plays President Trump at the rallies. I think she's one of the legit president. The co-president or what under the Insurrection Act, because under the Insurrection Act, the current president has to assign a president, another person, to be president for that interim period before there's another election and all that, to, perform presidential duties. And I think she's one of them, and she plays him on the stage. And like I said, because of reincarnation, she probably was born here at whatever point. Who knows? So, wouldn't be breaking the Constitution, you know? And okay, so I got off track. Happy birthday, Mr. President. I did Jewish gematria. Now I'm doing simple. It's 294. And I know you and you know me. That's funny. Rolling on the floor laughing, ROTFL. So, because it's too funny. Happy birthday, Mr. President. It's too funny. And a phrase that Mr. MBB 333 says, and he's a Diana, it's so funny. He says it like probably every day on his videos. You can't make this stuff up. Well, of course you can. A lot of the videos that he's showing most of the time, as far as I know, are not real. They're all white hat stuff. So, because like he'll, I don't decode every single thing that Mr. MBB puts on for, a video from someone, but there's several that are not real just from coding. I don't mean because they look fake. They look legitimate with the alien stuff and underwater things and everything. But if, like, say they have like narration, when there's a person talking over their little video they sent to him, or maybe there's a couple that are talking back and forth about, look what I see in the sky and all that. You code their names, or you code the words they're saying, and it comes up like fake. So I think a lot of them, if not all of them, are not real. Anyway, I forgot. I missed something. In Jewish gematria, happy birthday, Mr. President, is the letter U and R, just like for me, Mrs. Handy, are you. Now the other way around. You are Virgin Mary, because we know that, I'm pretty sure, but I say I know, but I don't really know, that Jackie and Diana were both Marys, both Eves, Oh my gosh, a hummingbird. Oh, I don't know if you could see it. I don't know. Is he still there? I think, shoot. Oh well, I thought I could show you a hummingbird. Oh well. So, rolling on the floor laughing, you can't make this stuff up, and Jesus of Nazareth in the flesh. So that's what happy birthday, Mr. President, when she sang it, sang it on stage so seductively, to President Kennedy on his birthday. So it's Jesus of Nazareth in the flesh. I did a little bit of now there's going to be somebody backing up. Just ignore the beeping. Probably now an Amazon truck sounds like a crow. Did you notice that when an Amazon truck backs up, it sounds just like crows? I think they were made like that on purpose, just because crows are like carrion. They eat carrion, or dead animals. Is that what? Carrion? I think that's the right word. Anyway, so she spoke to the press, and now I've got a lawnmower. Oh my gosh, you can't make this stuff up. So, and the video was 2:44. That was a big deal. 2:44 long. It's a very happy time. I'm happy to be back, she says. And weirdly, it's a very happy time in Jewish gematria is 2058, and it equals I, John, JFK, gets you, letter U, pregnant. Isn't that real? Like, that's how the story goes, right? That's all story, and even in the gematria, they're doing the story. It's awesome how these things work out. And being holiest woman of Almighty God comes up, like, Jesus. I really do think there's more than one, but maybe tomorrow I'll change my mind. So it's a very happy time, and simple is 232. And when you look at 232 frontwards, it's, well, no, you start in the middle, excuse me. You start in the middle, and the 3 and to the right goes 32, and the 3 to the left goes 32. I think it's a trash truck on top of everything else. They're going to make a lot of noise. So anyway, 32 is Eve. And it's a very happy time, she said. And that equals God is speaking to you, 232. My life is a simulation. JR is vice president. Isn't that funny? They are all transgender. Matches what she said. And the next thing she said, I'm happy to be back. And that's simple 147. And it's the trump card, appointed time. And then is Mary Magdalene. Like, she's telling you she's a Mary Magdalene. And it equals transformer. Let's see. And in Jewish, I'm happy to be back, is Mary the Magdalene. So, my hometown, she mentions, and that's simple 151, and it equals Jesus Christ. It equals golden escalator, which, so when President Trump says, when Melania and I came down the escalator, I don't know if he says golden, but I think he might. Anyway, golden escalator equals Jesus Christ. Built different equals my hometown. Like, at least sometimes there's... What if President Kennedy sometimes played Marilyn? Isn't this awesome? I just think it's so fun. Built different. It equals the hidden Messiah. I am Lord Yeshua. And I know there's lots of ways to spell that, but this one is Yeshua. And my hometown in simple also is USA President, like President Kennedy. Look right here. And my beloved son. Now the cat's going to choke. Gosh, you guys. My beloved son. Got the trash. Got the cat choking. Whatever. I'm almost done. Marilyn says, she says, and oh, and laughs. And then she says, I'm much happier now. And she was coming back to New York. And the New York reporters were talking to her. In Jewish, it's 1493. And it equals John Kennedy, mere coincidence, equals, isn't that funny? I'm much happier now, equals that. JFK Jr. is here. Like, who knows how many people are playing her and at what time? I'm much happier now, and simple is 192, and it equals leave the world behind, like exiting. These people are sick, and that's one of our cue phrases. What is your name? Matches. Number of a Mandy code. Oh my gosh. How about this one? You guys, big inflation increase. Like the chest, right? Oh my gosh. Big inflation increase. That'd be Marilyn's chest, just to be more obvious. Smoke and mirrors. And the Knight of Camelot, and that they called the Kennedy White House, they called it Camelot, because it was so wonderful and like a beautiful thing with the family and the kids and everything. They called it Camelot, and the Knight of Camelot. So, and that's a male reference, of course, the knight. And JFK Resurrection matches all that. I'm much happier now. It's simple 192. And she said, I would rather say I have direct approval, and that is true. I would rather say equals in Jewish 1948, and it's divine male sexuality. And God has extreme protection of Eve. And in simple, it's 199, and it's John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. Son, key word there, Son. What does my name mean? So I thought that was pretty darn cool. What do you guys think? Isn't it? Oh my gosh, I had way too much fun on that one. So I know I haven't been doing videos very often, so sorry about that. Life has been happening, and I was really behind from all that 2 months of vertigo, you know, and so I'm just trying to catch up outside because now I have this huge, yeah, not huge, but I have a big garden and it's still like full of weeds and I have a million things to plant, even though I've been working on it constantly. But I thought if anybody's still sticking around, I would show you just the roses for now because the roses are so pretty. So bear with me and I'll go to the front and flip the. I can't see what you're saying because it's too bright. But anyway, aren't they pretty? See, this is my Trump sign. I gotta raise the sign up. It's buried now by plants, but I'll move it. And here's a little pot. And here's some roses. Aren't they pretty? And they're finally doing what I wanted, to climb really high up on the railing. They're beautiful. And yeah, aren't they pretty? And behind there, those things that look like crosses are not from like a cult or anything. That's my raspberry bed. And that's the Kusa dogwood. And he's grown out sideways, which he's supposed to do. It just looks funny for now because there's just little spikes of branches, but it'll fill out. And the lavender's coming out. And there's a lot of weeds, but you know. Anyway, the lavender's up and down the walkway. So anyway, I thought I'd show you guys. And doing really good, and their summer's going good. And I guess it is officially summer, isn't it? Wow. So I don't know. And what else can we talk about? If you're still hanging on. Yeah, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? No, we're not live. I gotta sit down. So, if anybody's still around, I figure, well, they'll either stay or they'll go, and it's fine. And Misty just got up. At least she's not doing her goose honking like she does sometimes. I'd like to know what's new with you guys. Put it in your comments. Have you gotten to go away at all or take a weekend off or anything? I don't have plans to go away, but I'll go to the beach a couple of times at least and see the ocean. Hopefully to the lake too. A lake. I don't know which lake, but yeah, I like to go with the grandkids and watch them paddle around and have fun, collect shells and things, you know. And the weather's been beautiful. I mean, we had a couple of really humid days, but the weather's been beautiful here. I'm in south. Yeah, I'd just say southern New Hampshire, near Portsmouth. And we had a couple of awful hot days that were humid, and then the weather changed last night. And I'm going to ramble because I just feel like talking. And it's just very nice out now. There's a breeze and everything. And I'm just so happy because the flowers are doing good. And, you know, it's just a nice time to be alive. So I hope you guys be happy you're breathing, even if you don't have other stuff to be happy about, right? That we're breathing and that everything's going to be okay, you know? And I still think it'll look like President Trump is DEAD, probably from first, you know, could it be like President Kennedy? And it's like, it looks like he dies. I said the word, oh my gosh, they might boot my video, you know, in jail, in whatever kind of jail, like, where would it be? It would be a federal prison. I can't remember what they do with, because they would call it treason. Somehow they're going to call it treason. But I don't know. Do you think it's going to look like that? You know, just let me know what you think. It's nice to know what people think, because heavens to Betsy, I'm wrong a lot. I'm wrong a lot, but it just seems like it, you know. And the things he's been saying, oh my goodness, he's been doing those texts, the fundraising texts that are, you know, wherever the money's going, it's going to like good causes. I wouldn't worry about the money being spent on real political stuff because I'm sure it's not. It's going to something good. So, yeah, he sends the texts out and they're like, oh, you know, he's talking about hanging and all kinds of things. Just all these words and phrases that you go, whoa, he's making you think about these things. You know, like the end and all that. Like it's the end for me and that kind of stuff. So it's very funny. I get a text, and you'll text. It's 88022. So if you ever want to get like text that, I'm sure you'll get on a list. So you'll start getting these texts, and it doesn't spend too many. It's like maybe a couple a day, and you can decode them, and he'll have things in capitals, like a word highlighted or something, and you can see what he's telling you. Um, and then a lot of times they'll have like there's a hat you can get if you donate like $50, and they're all different kinds, and they're really special hats. And now he's got an all black T-shirt, and it's like "Make America Great Again," but it's like I guess it's dark gray lettering on a black tee, and he's got a hat like that. So after he was like, was it what is it called? What that happened to him being arraigned? I can't remember. Whatever. And then he came out with this really sad black hat, you know. And I think most of these things are going to be collector items, so I always get one. There's a gold hat you can get. You know, he brings it up every so often, and I mean, it's a white hat with beautiful gold, shiny embroidery, you know, and with the gold flag and everything. So I always get a kick out of this stuff. And anyway, I just thought I'd tell you. I felt like talking. I haven't talked to you guys in a while, and it's just nice to chit chat. And I love to read your comments. And you know, I don't always answer them, but especially lately. But I do read them. So I hope you know that I care about you, and I do. I really do. Um, and anyway. Oh, and one last thing. Oh, like it's a promo kind of thing, you know. All us YouTubers, we're so commercial. But I took all my ads off, you know. So I took my ads off, so I don't make any money on that anymore because I wanted more people to watch. And anyway, so the ads, I was making a few $100s a month, but for the amount of videos I was doing. So now I'm not, you know, I'm not doing the ads. But if you want to hit the join button for like, I think it's $1.99 a month, that would help. Because if a lot of people did that, that really adds up, you know. That's on the home page where it says, it's just like a red oval with white letters that says join. Um, that would be cool. And I have PayPal and all that kind of stuff, Venmo, all that stuff. And, but anyway, you know how Michael Jaco does those Lifewave products, and he's like, um, it's like little round patches, and there's other stuff they have too. Um, I mean, it's not just patches. And anyway, so Lisa D. Anyway, I get mine from Lisa D, and so that means I can sell them now, and that's really cool. And the one I've really had a good luck with is the Icewave, and that's the patch. So if you're sore, you put that on, and it's so cool. You take the one it's like a Band-Aid color, and you put that where it hurts. Like say you have a backache, you put it right on there. Or one time, I had a bad pain. Well, it was the other shoulder, but I had sharp pains in my shoulder, and it was going on for a while. And I said, "Oh my gosh, I can't take it." And so you put that on the spot, and then you take I think it's a white one, you know. So that one's more of a like a tan color where you're hurt, and then you take the white one and you put it like a little near it, but um, so I put it on up on the top here, you know, by my chest and my uh, anyway, they work. They It's something to do with frequencies. I don't know. Something to do like a spooky two idea, and they're connected to each other, and it's also called phototherapy. And anyway, the pain went away right away. I'm not saying it healed it. It didn't heal it, but you know, for that flare up, it went away, and it got me through. And then by the evening, I didn't bother me as much. The next day, I used it again. You know what I mean? So I'm not, like I said, won't heal it. They have other patches that get your stem cells working better, and they're called, I'll probably get the name wrong, but some X39, I think they're called, and that boosts your stem cells. And I'm not as familiar with that one, but that's what I guess that's what most people use. You know, they use that to get your body revved up, kind of, so working the way it's supposed to be. But like I said, I love the Icewave, so that was cool. And they're not like these big conspicuous things, like these great big yucky things. So that's neat. And they don't have any smell. You know, they're not like that. I don't know, like icy hot or anything like that. They have no smell. They have nothing. They don't smell like anything. They're just this little round dot. And you put them on 12 hours and then you take them off. So anyway, I thought I'd let you know. Um, and my email is mrshandyrU@gmail. And if you're interested, just either leave info down in the comments or email me, or I don't know, write me a letter. I love getting letters. I love letters and cards. Oh my gosh, they make my day. And I'll try to remember to put my address in. I've been so bad about putting links in, but it's P.O. Box 188, Rollinsford, no G in the middle, Rollinsford, New Hampshire, 03869. I always have to say it fast, or I don't say it right at all. 03869. So, love you guys. That was my promo. Love you. I'll show you a sleeping cat now, okay? Oh, I woke her up. Anyway, I'll say goodbye. Here's Misty. Say goodbye, Misty. Goodbye. Yeah, you little wheezy cat. Bye.